Joyful greetings to you all. I am so honored to reflect along with you on friendship for the reflection series Minutes with Don Guanella. Friends bring more happiness into our lives. True friendship makes a huge impact on our mental stability, physical health, and spiritual joy. And true friends are gifts of God, and they are the angels of God's love and protection in our lives. True friends challenge us to become better persons. True friends help us to bring the best versions of ourselves into this world. And true friends help us to keep going, to keep growing when times get harder and tough. And this type of friendship, this type of genuine, virtuous, divine type of friendship cannot be achieved overnight. And it cannot be manufactured according to our own expectations and the designs. True friendships are gifted by God, and they are to be nurtured and reared with greatest human qualities. Dear friends, we all of us long for friendships, true friendships. We all of us long to be loved. Because we are created, we are made for relationships, we are made for communion, we are made for companionship and friendship. We are not made or created to be alone or in aloofness. We are created to belong to each other and to promote the love of God through our humanness. But today, there is a severe crisis, a dangerous epidemic in this world. That is loneliness, disconnectedness, or isolation, or friendlessness. People live in crowd. People work in groups and companies. People live in the families, but still they feel isolated, aloof, alone, disconnected, and friendless. So what are we to do? We need to learn what is true friendship, and we need to know the skills of developing virtuous friendships for a happy, joyful life on this planet. So what is true friendship? How are we to develop are the two important aspects of our reflection today. For knowing what is true friendship, I bring the three types of friendship that is taught by the great philosopher Aristotle. He says there are three kinds of friendships. Number one, friendship of pleasure. Number two, friendship of utility. Number three, virtuous friendship. Number one, friendship of pleasure. People become acquainted to each other expecting some entertainment or enjoyment or relaxation from one another. It's a kind of coffee club bond. People come together in order to gain comfort, to get relaxed, or to enjoy kind of entertainment from one another. Once that is done, or once that becomes boring, then they look for someone else who could really please them, or entertain them, or relax them, or comfort them. It's a pleasure level of relationship, an acquaintance level of relationship. There is no depth and there is no value. Okay, the second type of relationship is, the second type of friendship is friendship of utility. People get connected with one another in terms of benefits. It's a kind of beneficial bonds with one another. People become friends benefiting each other. It could be in a profession or in a business or in a sports or in musical band or in studies group. So there people become connected to one another in order to benefit each other. Once that utility is done, they go their own separate ways for the other levels of life. As long as we are useful to one another, that bond exists. Once that project is done, once that business is done, once that achievement is done, then that bond gets broken or separated. It's a friendship of utility. The third one is a virtuous friendship. I just want to explain this beautiful type of friendship with one single statement. Willing the good of the other is the virtuous friendship or a loving friendship. So willing the good of the others. Three words. Willing the good of the others. What is this willing? Willing is not just planning for some selfish needs or agenda. No. Willing is making a strong decision, a discernment, a determination to do something the best for the others. And that willing is from the intellect, from the soul, where we become a soulmate, a lifetime companion, a lifetime partner of someone promoting his life, promoting his goodness, promoting his value. The second word in that statement is willing the good. We may not know what is good if we do not know who is the person. So to do good, we have to know the person. So this doing good needs 3 levels of relationship. First, knowing. Second, listening. Then third, doing the good. Knowing means I open myself to the other and I understand who the other person is and I welcome his differences and I embrace his challenges. First, knowing. That knowing leads me to listen to him attentively, totally, giving myself holistically to his presence. Then my doing good will be authentic and significant. The third word in the statement is others, willing the good of the others. In this virtuous relationship or connectedness, there won't be pride, egoism, self-centeredness, selfish agenda, self-motives, nothing. There will be altruistic bond, or agape love, a sacrificial bond. We'll be happy to sacrifice anything for our friends because they are part of ourselves. And they are the means and they are the center of our life. What a beautiful statement. This virtuous friendship is the base and foundation of true joy of human being. Willing the good of the others would make us become virtuous friends in this world. Okay, the second aspect is how are we to develop this virtuous friendship in our lives? I just have 3 words or 3 virtues. Number 1, availability. Number 2, consistency. Number 3, vulnerability. Availability. If you want to have good friendship, you need to spend quality time. We need to create time. We need to make space for good friendships. Today in this modern world, we are super busy, hyper busy with all our expectations, achievements, and excellence. But we lose persons around. If I don't have time, sure, I would never have friends. I need to spend my time to create beautiful bond with others so that my heart is filled with joy and contentment. Then the second one is consistency. I need a regular communication, a regular contact, a regular wishing the good of the other, even though we are separated because of work reasons, because of our mission reasons, because of our own situations. We need consistent communications, constant touch with one another to sustain this beautiful bond or relationship. Number 3 is vulnerability. With vulnerability, I want to say 2 words. We don't want to be admired of. We want to be loved by. Many times what happens? We just project all our skills, talents, our personalities, our goodness outside so that people become admired of our own self. But we close our darkness. We close our weaknesses. We close the negative sides of us. And we don't want to be loved. Vulnerability is opening my darker side, my weak side, my own negative side to my friend whom I trust, on whom I have greater confidence, and whom I have true transparency. Opening my darker side, he would help me become loved by him, and he would help me to excel in it, and he would help me to get relieved of all my darker side and to become true human persons. So dear friends, let us have true friendships. Let us try to have true friends in our lives. And let us become true friends to one another. Because friendship is a gift of God and friends are angels of God's love in our lives. Thank you.